it's always good to work within a boundary. You see, regulation brings some boundaries, and regulations bring some level of being felt like you're reliable. Institution, the reputation of the institutions which are regulated goes high, and you can have many strategic partners that would want to work with you because you're regulated. At the same time, the regulation also spell out what should be done and what should not be done, and also levels the ground for every player in the field to be able to comply to. So when people are left to themselves, they can do anything. As much as they would want to use the best practice, there are some people who would not want to go by the best practice. But when there is boundaries set by the regulation, it enables the institution to be able to play within the boundaries. But then, as we talk about regulation, the regulation should also not stifle creativity and innovation. So participation is very important, even as regulation is being set, so that the players in the field which is being regulated, they can be able to give the input. And also the institution which could be regulated, they have been in the market for quite some time. They've been doing something. If there is the best practice is best practice, what they can do is to see what can be regulated and what should not. And then the microfinance, non-deposit taking microfinance, they should be regulated in what they are doing. They should not be regulated with another regulation which may not really cover the areas that they have been involved in. Just streamlining everything that they have been doing and leveling the ground and being able to weed out some of the institutions or players in the market that may distorting the market. The regulation will be able to address, because the regulation, I want to believe, you will be set in a way that it is complying to the consumer protection. Because if you're talking of the Shylock, I don't think they have anything to do with the consumer protection. It's for and what they do is for maximization of profit. And yes, I would be able to let you know is that most microfinance institutions which are credit only, I want to talk about credit only because that's the field I'm playing in, they are not even profit maximizers. In fact, they don't even make huge profits. Some of them just break even. Others just make profits for sustainability. We have committed ourselves, even a strategic plan which goes up to 2026. We have confined ourselves to being non-deposit taking microfinance. We know that there is the regulation of deposit taking microfinance. Digital lenders regulation is out, but for us, we feel that we'll be able to serve our customer more effectively if we play in this field of credit only non-deposit taking microfinance. And what we would be looking for is a regulation to be able to regulate that, and we really would want to be regulated, that the regulation events the ground. So if the regulation is coming and every institution that is non-deposit taking microfinance is working within the confines of that regulation, then the ground will be even for everyone. We feel we will be very effective serving a customer when we are non-deposit taking microfinance. What we'll be looking is to work with collaborative partners that will be able to give us the kind of services you're looking for, and most of the services, of course, is the financial services, which will, of course, being debt and then equity. From there, we are going to serve the customer more effectively. And again, of course, continuing to give our customer non-financial, both a failed non-financial and financial services to our customer. Our customers involved in agriculture and more so in the dairy farming, we do exchange programs so that they can be able to visit some of the customers that are doing very well or farmers that are doing very well. We also set up demo farms so that they can do experiential learning. So that is the kind of space, the kind of space we would want to continue operating in, because we know it's effective. If the regulation comes through, we find that that's a ground that people can continue to serve the customer more effectively. Because our greatest desire and why we exist is to be able to see that our customer move from one level to another, and that's why we have a mission. We talks about our visions. We talk about a world of human dignity and prosperity. Meaning that the customer is serving, they need to move from one level to another and they still maintain their dignity and still prospering. To paraphrase, our mission is talking about a customer that is able to realize their dream. What the ECLOF will be doing is to intervene through financial and financial services to enable the customer to realize their dreams. We've been using technology as delivery channel. Technology for us is not where we say that we have a digital loan. We don't have a digital loan at this point in time, but what we do is that we use technology as channel, alternative channel for delivering services to our customer for effectiveness and efficiency, as well as being able to enhance in our bid. So our turnaround time has been minimized as a result of using technology. Our assessment of the loan remains in person because you have to visit the business of the customer and then do assessment and then make a decision in person. And at the same time now, when you're disbursing, the customer will choose whether they want to use digital channel or they still want to use manual. Manual still exists because the level of customer, there are some who says, no, you need to give me a check. I need to see a physical check. So you sing the song of the customer. So for now, we can disburse our loans using for example, specifically M-Pesa, or we can also do EFT, or they also repay. They can also repay by banking in our account, because there are some who want to take to the account, or they can use the M-Pesa to be able to pay the repayment. So it's both for disbursing loans and also for the payment. So we use digital as a channel. For general business, we call it ordinary GSS. You borrow to enable yourself. So that is the working capital loan, the one that carries the biggest proportion of portfolio. We also have agriculture. I told you agriculture is 25. Right now it's 27% of our portfolio. In that agriculture, of course, they have many other things, but the dairy farming, which is the dairy farming is doing quite well, and also crop farming is also doing quite well. In other words, you can talk about agriculture because it's 26% of our portfolio, and because our big portion of our clientele is also in the rural areas. But the loan sizes are very small, so the rest is the general business, trade and commerce. Incidentally, our average loan size is small because it's 50,000, and average loan size is 50,000. And from 100,000 downward, 60% of our clientele operates within there. Right now we have 45 offices cutting across the country, and we have 70% presence in the 47 counties. To be precise, we have 64,000 customers.